On this episode, feel free to go check out the YouTube link because it's more suitable on video, especially when I'm walking through and showing things, and obviously I can't do that with audio. So go check out the YouTube link if you want to see anything I'm talking about in this episode. Hope you enjoy the show. Let me know what you think as always. Give me a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and keep it real. Welcome to our latest podcast episode, Keeping It Real Podcast, Tech Talk with Sweet Tea. Join us as we explore the wonders of AI translation, breaking language barriers when traveling or connecting with people from different cultures. Get ready to embark on a multilingual journey. Hashtag podcast, hashtag AI translation, hashtag breaking barriers. I am going to do ChatGPT today and how maybe you can use it to streamline your video editing or any podcasting, anything that I use it to help structure emails that I'm writing, and how it can all help. If you're not familiar with it, a lot of people are. I know it's become a big thing that people use, but examples I just it just starts with one simple detailed command. You put in a detail and step away from the microphone. You might not hear me as good if I'm doing this, but I get to my keyboard here. See if I can't do this a little better. Alright, so like I just put in a simple text. I'm getting right into it. I'm getting right into this AI learning, and give me a video program format for a TV series episode lasting 22 minutes for a video editor. And just putting out some basic stuff here, and it returns everything that based on what it knows. It returns everything that it knows that what's involved in putting together a show. So it starts with a title, episode, 22 minutes. A title card, it's usually what it's called, a title card, opening sequence. Then a recap. If you're going to a TV show that has a plot, then you you come into welcome back to the show. Here's what happened last week. And then going into the main act one, establishing what you need for an establishing shot. And then putting together different types of scenes, introduction, main characters, or new characters if there's newer characters, and some established characters already. If it's not a pilot, you're establishing the main characters for sure. Set up the central conflict of the series, the episode, whatever it is you're in. Character development, dialogue, focus on all these when you're putting together your show. And then goes forth, same thing for Act 2. The different details used, and then it lays out step by step what to put together in the show when you go to your edit program, edit software. Conclusion. So I'm going to step away from video editing and TV show creation, and I'm going to give me a podcast interview plan. And again, the more detailed you are at any of this stuff, the better, because you're telling it exactly what to give. So if you leave something out, then it's just gonna guess based on what it knows. Give me a podcast interview plan for a 20-minute informational podcast on just to say, stepping into leadership of a state. And see, that's just random stuff that I'm just thinking here, and just informational podcast, and it generates all this, you know, and then you go to back to the top of this generation, and it gives you an introduction, welcome and introduce, briefly explain importance, effective leadership, introduce guest, and then so forth. And you can edit. Always, you can copy and paste. You can take it into a word processor of your own, edit as need be to make it suitable for whatever it is you're doing. Don't, by all means, don't just take this and use it word for word, because it for sure will have to be edited. You'll have to add in, again, add in as much details as you can. Well, would you like to say, when we're in the live TV control room, we always shoot for as little editing as possible. So, like, I treat that as a send a message box here as we're live. We're telling this chat GPT program live, give me this. And the more you give it, the less editing you have to do. Just treat it as that. And one last thing that I was kind of exploring on, and I kind of like found this, but talking with a friend over in Italy, right? If you use AI as a means to bring us closer together, and without the language barrier being the issue. So if you're not good at a language, you can say, translate this phrase, hello, how are you doing? I am working on a live stream in the group on how to better use AI to communicate across countries, languages, etc. What do you I'll include that in the translation too. What do you do to have yourself communicate more efficiently? Spelling. And then translate this into the region of, I can't remember off the top of my head, Anzio of Rome, Italy, and then see what it gives you, and it gives you a translation. And I'll read this as ciao. I can understand Italian, by the way. Ciao, come stai? Ciao, come stai? Sto lavorando su uno streaming live nel gruppo su come utilizzare meglio la per comunicare tra paesi, lingue, etc. Cosa fai tu per comunicare in modo più efficiente? And it gives you, and I was testing this, and it was like almost spot on with these translations. And you can use these to like translate. I'm gonna say take that same thing, translate phrase into the Texan, I'm going to say just Houston accent. And you can do that too. Phonetically, howdy, how y'all doing? I'm working on a live stream in the group on how to better use AI to communicate across countries, languages, etc. What you do to have yourself communicate more efficiently. And that's exactly how someone maybe would speak coming from like the Houston area in Texas. Or you can say, take the same thing, one more example, take the same thing into Elvis. This is kind of a fun one. Well, hello there. How you doing? I'm working on a live stream in the group talking about how to use AI to communicate better across different countries, languages, and all that jazz. Now, what do you do to make sure you communicate yourself more efficiently, baby? And it's just like, that's a fun Elvis accent kind of thing. But, like, you be creative. Remember to always still think for yourself and don't 100% fall on AI to do this stuff for you. I use it for emails to give me an email structure and then I edit it and gives me the great email form that helps me add detail to emails, to planning, to communicate, any kind of communication. It helps me to make sure I'm not leaving out details. And again, you when you're providing this in the chat here, that's where you provide the details as well. You can provide how to contact you, and it'll give you the signature of an email and everything, your signature, addressing who it's to. It can do all of that and beyond. And that's my thing on AI. And again, don't fall 100% on this. Still think for yourself. You have it in you to still, but it helps us get over the hump sometimes, and it helps us on the more creative side at times, and not have to think about those physical grammar settings that we may think about it less. So there's using AI to help us better communicate across borders. So if you're paying attention and following like what I'm doing in my social channels and platforms, you'd be noticing several tips and everything to what I'm giving in these short reels and shorts, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and everything. You'd be seeing all that. Like and comment. What else are you having issues on? What maybe you need help on? Support, troubleshooting. I'm here always to help and assist and support. But whatever that is, I'm trying to make myself available doing all that. But want a show that stands out? Keeping It Real Productions offers expert video and podcast editing for just $100 per show. Visit thomasmkenyon.com for premium packages. Let's collaborate and bring your vision to life.